I saw myself go from a meek girl who did not speak to anybody, who had no clue how to be sexy, to starting to have a fashion sense, kind of, and starting to work the pole, kind of, and starting to be kind of cute, and starting to be kind of sane, and starting to be kind of snippy. And I saw myself turn into someone that I felt like, for me, I always wanted to be but never could be, which I'm still learning today, is how to be that person that I still always wanted to be. I still was too lazy. I still would sleep and work. I wasn't doing things outside of work. I wasn't in school. I wasn't doing anything. I just worked. I didn't want to do anything else. I would work. I would go out to eat. I would spend my money frivolously, which would later be the detriment of me. I got to a point where I didn't enjoy dancing. At first I enjoyed it. It turned into something where I was just being made fun of too much because of how weird I am. And I ended up leaving and quitting, like I always do. I always quit. I ended up quitting. And I got a job telemarketing. Telemarketing sucked. It was horrible. My mom ended up calling me. We ended up fixing some of our issues. I ended up moving back to Arizona with my mom. I saved this dog. She doesn't like the dog. She ended up going to rehab. My stepdad calls my mom, tells her I saved a dog without permission. And my mom gets on the phone with me, starts yelling. Is like, you need to put that dog back where it came from or send him to the pound. The guy from the pound couldn't promise me they wouldn't put the dog to sleep if I did give them the dog. So I was like, you're not getting this dog. So my stepdad says I have 24 hours to get out of the house. No, at first he said I have to move out. I was like, okay, that's fine. I was happy. I was optimistic about it. I was like, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, tell people my story, see if anyone has anything, if anyone would listen to me. After that, he says, okay, no, you have to be out within 24 hours. I was like, okay. That 24 hours turned into an hour quick. He said, get your stuff. I got my stuff. He ended up stealing my dog collar that I got from the people on the people from the pound when they came. He ended up stealing my dog collar and hiding it from me. And I didn't understand why, but luckily this lady gave me a scarf to use for the dog. People were looking at me like I was pretty insane, like, for a dog. Like, yeah. I ended up going to Cali because it was the closest place. I get off at the bus stop in Cali, and Cali is a very distinct place. Cali has streets, and not specifically Cali, specifically LA. LA has streets of homeless people, like streets of homeless people. Like, if you can imagine like a street full of homeless people, LA has like a streets with an S, dedicated to a bunch of homeless people. Tents, they give out free tents and all that stuff, shower tents, stuff like that. When I first get there, I am amazed. I'm like, this is gonna be great, man. Because I just, like, the first thing I see is the positivity in people. I didn't see the drugs and stuff like that they were doing until later. So I'm like, being homeless here is way better than Pittsburgh. The weather's great. Hell yeah. And they've got these huge tents that look like you're going to a pool for the showers. They give you free goods to take care of yourself. I thought it was really cool. They give you free lunches. So we're all like, I meet a whole bunch of people. We're all sitting down and I'm like, oh my God, I'm around a group of people. Let's all come together. I was like, yo, let's all of us come together. It's like 8 or 9 of us. We have this huge politically, like, insane conversation about, like, it was deep. I was like, yo, we need to all come together and buy a big house. I was like, let's all come together and let's buy a big house. We can do it. Let's get a job. Let's come together. We all need to buy a big ass house together and just live in this big house. And then we won't have to be homeless no more. Then we can get off the streets. And they didn't want to work. Little did I find out the homeless people didn't want to fucking work. I was like, yo, we could all be success stories. Like, so, and And then these other two girls was talking about going to a club. The fuck are you going to a club for? We're homeless, bitch. We don't need to be going to no club. The fuck are you doing? I couldn't understand. I still got my dog and my cat with me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find something to do. I'm gonna find a place to go. So I'm trying to find a place to sleep, right? One of the people that we was in a group with says, you can sleep in my place. I was like, yes, you know, I see all these tents. I'm thinking these tents are gonna be nice. Like on the inside, this dude has a cracked out mom, cracked out dad. It's disgusting in there. I said, fuck this, no, I'm not staying here. So we ended up walking up to the street. I forget what street it was, but there was a dude with a guitar, and like I ended up singing. Like I ended up singing while the dude was playing the guitar, and he was like, "You're a really good singer," but I wasn't great yet. I could have made it in Cali if I had been better, but I wasn't where I needed to be. I was still mentally unstable. So what happened after that? I ended up looking for a place to sleep for me and the dog and the cat. And we would have slept outside that night. I didn't mind. Like, I didn't care. I was like, I felt like I had the strength for it. I was like, I just know that I stand up for what I believe in. So, anyways, this dude tells me there's this bathroom that's behind this like building that's open. It's clean in there, that I could sleep in there. I slept in there. I had dog food, cat food for my animals. I had food for me. We ended up leaving there. This dude comes out of nowhere. He has this car and he like picks me up. He's like, mind you, I haven't had sex with anyone at this, like, still there's no sexuality going on. And the dude, he has this car and he's like, I'm in front of this gas station with my dog, my cat. I'm eating a sandwich, just enjoying life. He's like, you look happy. Like, yo, I am happy. So then after that, he's like, you need a ride somewhere? I was like, hell yeah, I'm new here. So he lets me in his car. We start driving around, and he shows me everything. He shows me Hollywood. He shows me Venice. He has this business deal that's about to go through, and he's like, trying to brag, and like pretty much, if you stay with me, he asked me pretty much if I wanted to marry him, and that if I married him, there would be rules and regulations, and he's a Muslim, some stuff like that, and he wanted to have sex with me. That's what he wanted. No, I didn't do it. We ended up going to Venice. We ended up he's driving, and we ended up in Venice, and it was so beautiful. We're in Venice, it's like nighttime, and I don't know what it was about Venice, but I was like, I want to stay here. He's like, you don't want to be at Venice in nighttime? And I was like, you can go, I want to stay here. I'm already homeless at the time, so anywhere I ended up was just where I ended up. Like, that's just what it was. I had my bags, I had my dog, my cat. I was good. I was like, I want to stay here. So I stay in Venice. My first night there was absolutely brutal. There was a man who walked up to me, and I remember he looked like he was about to assault me. And I get up, and I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was like, I'm ready. Like, if you want to fight, I'm going to fight you. So I get up, and I'm like, I think he was just trying to scare me, but like, I think I ended up scaring him. I don't know, but he ended up leaving. Then after that, this girl comes up to me. She was really sweet, and there was another person, and they were like, you don't want to be homeless out here by yourself. So, she likes girls. Her name was like BJ. She was really cool. What's her name? BJ, something like that. She was really cool. And she was like, we gotta find a place to sleep tonight. She was like my guide at the time. So, we're walking. We are walking, and she meets up with this guy. This guy looks like he's cracked out. He looks like he does some shit, man. And so she slaps him up. And they talk, and he's like, yeah, I got a place to sleep. So we're walking with this dude. I'm thinking he has a tent or something, or that he found like a nice, like a house maybe that someone might have let him stay at. I thought the world was kinder than it actually is, or more beautiful than it is. It has some dark places though, and it's exactly how it's supposed to be, and I'm gonna explain that a little bit later. But we end up sleeping under this bridge. And we go under this bridge, and it was so disgusting. It smelled like pee. He was like, there are no cameras under here. And I thought, I was like, ugh. But I'm like, you know what? I'm being bougie. Let me tone it down. I need to learn. Like, let me, soak in the people that I'm around. Let me be grateful. Understand my environment so that I can get the hang of this. Because when you're in survival mode, you got to survive. I had a blanket with me, and they, like, as the person that I am now, like, I can see where I could do better. But like being homeless without that much, like people would see me with the things that I had, and they like, yo, like I honestly was kind of like wealthy, to a certain extent. It was weird. It was like, you know, I had a blanket, I had my laptop, stuff like that. So just to see all the commodities I had, and to see the things that, you know, others maybe didn't have, it makes me look at myself like I'm blessed, I'm grateful, and like my spoiled ass, I have to take a look. So then after that, you know, we're sleeping in this under this bridge, and you know, I'm like, we can all share the blanket. So we're sleeping under this bridge, and this dude is staring at me. I wake up, dude is staring at me, jerking his dick. Fuck out of here. I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not doing it. Destiny's not fucking doing it. I got my stuff. I said, nope. Nope. I got my stuff. She was like, where you going? What's up? What you doing? Where you going? What's happening? I was like, I'm not sleeping here. She was like, I'm going with you. She's like, fuck you talking about, I'm going with you. So like, she thought it was crazy too. I was like, no. You think I'm fucking sleeping here, bitch? No. No. So I get my things, I got my stuff, and we leave. And we're walking down the street, and I'm like, I don't know where we're sleeping, but we're not sleeping there. So I found some bathrooms near Venice. They were closed off. We cuddled that night, and we slept peacefully with our blanket that I ended up giving her because I knew I was gonna get off the streets. I didn't know where she was gonna go, so I was like, yo, you can keep that blanket, like, because it's cold out here. The dog and the cat cuddled up next to us. We went to sleep. Next morning, we used the sinks as a wash room, and I saw this so many people. I met so many people, and I met homeless people that sucked, but I also met other homeless people that were so fucking beautiful, immensely insane, beautiful people, and they just like to do drugs. A lot of them just like to do drugs, you know, and a lot of them were okay with being homeless. They just like doing drugs. So I mean, I could appreciate them. I'm like, shit, you doing you. Anyways, it's just not me. So I ended up losing BJ. You know, I think she asked me if I wanted to date her. And I'm like, yo, we homeless. It's the last thing we need to be thinking about. I'm trying to find a way to get the fuck up out of here. Because my original plan when I got there was I'm going to get an Airbnb with my dog and my cat. I had saved up about $400 or $500. So it's like, I'm going to get me an Airbnb. I'm going to get one of them labor jobs, them day labor jobs where they pay you daily. And I'm going to save up enough to get my own place. That was my plan when I got there. It didn't go the way that it needed to go, but that was my plan. So I didn't go there on no stupid shit. I had a job. I worked at Denny's before I left my mom's. I wasn't like, I'm not that dumb. So I just liked the dog. I just cared about the dog. And, you know, I thought the dog deserved to have a home. I don't think people should be putting dogs to sleep in a pound just because, you know, we're so selfish. We can't let them roam, or it fucked with me. And it was such a beautiful dog, and she was abused. You know, you could see it. Like someone was hitting her with something, and it was sad. So it's like my parents had food and water and shelter. Like, you mean we can't take in one dog? Guess what happened? They ended up getting a third dog anyway. They didn't like the breed she was. How the fuck you gonna be black and not like the breed of a dog and not accept the dog because of its breed when a whole race of people didn't accept you because you was black, but you against racism? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. So anyways, then after that, I don't know, I ended up meeting a lot of people. I met a lot of different people in Venice, but the one dude that I ended up meeting, and I ended up losing my dog and my cat. Unfortunately, my dog ended up going after families, just going after different families, and you could tell that the dog was looking for a home. She was going after different families, just looking for someone or a place that would accept her. And I remember riding a train, and like all these white, like preppy people was looking at the dog. There's like, that dog has mange or something, and they're just like making fun of the dog and me as well. But it was what it was. My cat ended up, usually she stays by my side, but it got bad. Like, I didn't have everything we needed. I didn't have what we needed at the time. And I have this really bad habit of just like oh, just giving things away. I was not planned, and I didn't mean for it not to be planned. I just was trying to get my point across, and it wasn't supposed to end up being like that, but your girl prideful. Anyways, what had to happen had to happen. It makes me sad because I miss my dog and my cat. So, I haven't taken in another pet since, just because I don't want anything bad to happen. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I want to be a good mommy who's financially stable and is house stable before I take in another cat or a dog. And I'm going to adopt. It doesn't have to be a kitten. It could be any age, just one that needs love. But I ended up meeting this producer, and I guess I wouldn't be here if I still had my dog and my cat. Or I ended up meeting a producer. You know, he's like, oh, I'm the Prince of Venice, all this other stupid shit. Ugh. He did music, but it was mediocre. It was okay. He had some bomb beats every now and then, and we went to this studio. His friend's studio was in the hood, and I could have worked my way up if I wanted to suck dick to work my way up, but at the time I wasn't feeling it, and the right dicks weren't around for me to be sucking them, so I'm like, no. No. So, what ended up happening after that? I said no. You know, we actually dated. Me and him actually dated. Now, me and him, we were a couple. He was someone I ended up being sexual with. On my birthday, I spent it with him. We made a video. We wrote music together. I wrote the music. He made the beats. But it's like he wanted me to be this modern day Beyonce, but he wasn't trying to give me the training for that. You know, it's not like we were going to dance classes and singing lessons and stuff. Like, no. Like, he was just getting hair and makeup, and, like, I think eventually he would have tried to pimp my dumb ass out, but I couldn't see it because I had a place to stay, like, being with him. We were nomadic. We slept in the car, and when we weren't sleeping in the car, you know, we were at his mom's house. His mom really loved me. She actually made a wig and gave it to me. It was beautiful. And I think he cared for me too. There was a certain depth involved with the both of us, but he was doing, once again, drugs that I was not doing. He was doing heroin and meth this time. That was crazy to me. So I was like, I gotta go. And the only reason I decided to even stay with him, because I didn't have a place to stay at the time. Let me tell you how delusional I was staying with this man. I ended up giving him all of my money. All of it. Not just giving it to him. Like, he didn't have a lot either. You know, he acted like he had a lot when I first met him, and he'd flex, but I found out that was his only flex. And he I didn't give it to him. We needed it for food, and I wasn't about to let him just starve. So I was like, yo, like, I told him my plan about the Airbnb. He said I got places for us to stay. So at first it seemed smart, but, like, I had food, and I had food stamps and stuff like that. So I was like, I can feed us, I can take care of us, I can make sure we're okay. Because, like, dude was making stupid choices. He was in a repetitive, perpetual state of making bad choices. I'm not like that. Like, I was at the bottom, but I'm like, yo, I don't stay at the bottom. I'm going to find a way to grow. However, I'm going to find a way to grow. Whatever the fuck happens, I'm going to find a way to do it. Because I find a way to do shit. I find a way to get shit done. Like, somehow, some way, there's always something. Like, I'm not staying here. I don't stay at the bottom. So, anyways, I remember, like, he asked me for some pee because he had a drug test or something like that. Mind you, I was ride or dying, man. He had this meeting with his parole officer. I was like, yeah, I went with him. You know, I was making sure he was okay. He said drive my car to my mom's house if I get, like, locked up, stuff like that. Me being stupid as fuck. So I was just like, I could not see. I couldn't see. I was still thinking about how heartbroken I was. I was still desperate for love. I was still sad because I didn't get the guy from this stupid festival. And so, um, I had enough after he asked me for pee. I couldn't. I can't. I don't know. It took regular sane people understood things like that. I was not regular, nor was I sane. I did not understand, and I couldn't see. I didn't have enough self-love to see. I ended up getting out of his car. I was like, I can't do this. He took some videos of me that I had recorded in Pittsburgh because the videos are pretty much describing how at the time I was mentally ill. I was mentally unstable, and I was trying to find the solution for things like bestiality, pedophilia, why people do really bad things, because I had just been like thrown into the world, and I didn't know that I wasn't aware, I wasn't prepared, and I didn't know how real life can get. And yeah, he took them off of my tablet. He deleted everything on my tablet. Took the videos of me that I had took of myself and put them on his computer. Only the ones that would have embarrassed me. So in the future you might see those, and if you do, just know that I'm sorry. And I was mentally ill at the time, and I was working to find solutions to problems that might not have solutions. I ended up leaving. I got out of his car, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, I would rather go anywhere but here. Mind you, that's the only guy I had sex with out of all these situations that I'd been in. So, still doing a pretty okay thing as far as I was concerned. I ended up finding housing, and the church ended up helping me out immensely. Metaphysical church, by the way. And they were so cool. They put Christianity into a metaphorical way so that people understood the Bible, but understood it to be metaphorical rather than literal, which was really cool. I ended up getting better with my family. At that point, I decided I wanted to hash out all the drama and just leave it alone, and I moved back. I moved back home. I moved back here. I've been getting my GED since then. I got engaged to someone, even though that didn't work out, because I only ended up getting engaged to him for money. Money don't make you happy. I was miserable with him. He took me, he was a foreman, or about to be the foreman of his company. He was doing good for himself, but I wasn't happy. And money don't make you happy. It don't, and it won't. And he was white, so I thought he was supposed to be better or good. He wasn't. It don't make you happy. Other than that, I've been doing my own thing. I got my own apartment. I'm about to graduate from getting my GED. I went to bartending school and got my it's like a W-4, it's a liquor license thing. I have one more test to take for that, though. I want to go back and see if he's going to let me take it, because I am late taking it. I have been learning Spanish almost constantly lately. That's all I really want to do is learn Spanish. I just got the app like 2 or 3 days ago, and I would say 3 days ago. I was on it after my first day, I would say for like 4 hours. And yesterday I was on it for maybe 1 or 2 hours. And today, I think I watched Spanish cartoons. I watched SpongeBob. I was on the app for like a good 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours. I went running today. I did push-ups today. I have goals set up on my writing board, just like of things I want to do and complete and finish, and they've actually been coming through. I've been writing, I've been painting, and you know what? I'm going to show you. So on my board, I have a 30-day goal, 30-day goals. And I have 3 of them right now to finish my book by April 23rd. Wish me luck. To finish my book by April 23rd. To get to work 15 minutes early. I got a job at Amazon. Yay me. And to go for a run from Sunday through Thursday. But I think I'm gonna make that every day because I got a second run to go on tonight, and you can believe I'm gonna go on it. I've been thinking about getting a tiny home. I don't exactly know what I want yet, and I know that that's really important to achieving your goals. You got to know what you want. I've been thinking about starting a business. I've been thinking about like getting into my music and like just making like myself like this big star, even though I know I'm gonna get embarrassed from those videos because I know he's gonna like post the videos of me, which is going to suck. I'm ready for it though. Um, Dance classes, singing classes. There's so much I want to do. I could see myself doing so much. I could see myself being so big, and I have so many goals. Like, you know, like starting a business. I could see myself doing anything. I dance, and I'm about to have this job at Amazon, and guess who does not drink? Me. Okay, I drink every now and then, but I don't drink like crazy. I don't get drunk at work. I'm not one of those. I've had this bottle of wine in my house for maybe like 1 or 2 months, okay? What else? I have to let go. I got my biggest goal on my dream board right now is just to let go of that man and to realize that there's no chance in that. Just to let that go. My mom got me a sign that says no whining, be happy, do your own thing, enjoy life, believe and dream big. And every night I pray for work ethic, understanding, and empathy. Real estate is another one that's really interesting to me. Everything in the housing market is, I was told, is about to drop because of this whole coronavirus thing going on. So my main goal is just to save money. And when saving money, you can invest into whatever you want to invest into. And I noticed from being with that producer, that people try to control your sound. I like more of a melodic, angelic sound for my music. And I don't mind writing music for other people. And I can write hits like it's nothing. But I don't like people trying to control my sound. So I really think if I get into music, I'm going to have my own soundboard this time. And like my own keyboard and stuff. And just to invest in everything myself. It sucks because like I'm young. So I don't want to miss up on stardom. But like it's like, you're supposed to start that when you're like 17 or 18. If I still got a chance to be famous, I'm going to take it. But if I don't, then it is what it is. I've been painting lately. This is my man. I'm not great at it, but I'm okay. Your girl's okay. I'm getting better at it. I tried to draw Beyonce yesterday, but it didn't work. She came out ugly. My version of Beyonce. She was beautiful in real person and is beautiful in real person. I've been obsessed with her since I was a kid. This is my moon painting. They're not great, but they're okay. This one I like because I felt like it was kind of clean cut, and she's an old lady. At first she was young, but I made her old. I'm still working on some of the other ones, and I'm not gonna go too far with that one, but this one's gonna be one of my favorites, I can tell. If you can see right there, there's a house within the fish. The fish is being stabbed. There's also a ship in an ocean, and the lady feeding her husband, all in the same picture. I'm not done painting it, but to capture so much is amazing to me. There's a mermaid on a cliff. There's a crystal and tail, Saturn, the Earth, and there's just supposed to be multiple pictures in a picture. So, yeah, my main thing right now is consistency. I have a big issue with consistency. So I'm trying to finish the things that I start. I'm trying to get myself to be like, okay, you started that, and I have a lot of good materials, but I don't always finish them. So I'm trying to get myself to finish stuff. It's just like when there's no demand for me to finish stuff, it makes it hard to finish stuff. So I'm just kind of hoping I could get like followers or whatever. I don't really have many. I'm hoping that the more that I put out content, I'm going to keep putting out content, get a camera, put out better content, video my trip to Peru, video me hiking mountains, video me doing all this crazy stuff, and just see where things go. Save my money and hope. My goal is to find home. I will not settle for anything that makes me unhappy. I will die behind that shit. I want a home. I want a home. I want to get married one day if I can't get married one day. And I just want a home. I want to get married. I want to be happy. I want to help people to evolve and grow if I can. And I want to pursue my creativity and pursue my dreams, but I have so many. So organizing those is definitely a task for me, but I'm going to get this shit done. Anyways, much love. That's my story. And I hope you have a good day.